order a greeting card.
Honestly, that's a fucking pro gamer move.
Honestly,
It's a power move.
I don't have to pick out the card itself, then I'm okay with it. I trust their judgment, whatever they decide.
Oh,
You only get 3 choices. You get you can't see it on screen because it's too bright, but you get I always think you're awesome inside, Hallmark signature birthday card, and sympathy card.
Just get all
and they
three.
just randomly choose it.
I guess they just randomly choose it.
All right, here. Let me quickly
It's like the real life loot boxes.
let me quickly give an intro. We have 20 seconds, so I'm going to go ahead and go through. Hello, and welcome back to yet another live reaction, point in progress style. Today we're doing, of course, Capcom's live showcase. Today joining me is Cyranix. How you doing, Cyranix?
Who's the ran next?
Fiona.
Thank you.
Frank.
Canadian robot over here.
How's it going? I got headphones.
Got Frank, got his headphones, headphones on headphones. And of course, me, that Mario Rivera. Also joined by Mike Tondro from 6180. How's it going, Mike?
Hey, pretty good.
Hey, he's got that new monster can. I'm excited for you.
Exclusive from the E3 show floor. New color monster cans. Bee Wasp Yellow. It's very exciting. They got a lot of facts here, but we're ready for Capcom. Ready for Resident Evil. Let's go.
Right. Let's go.
Probably gonna be Street Fighter 6, but hey, whatever. I'm happy for you, Street Fighter dorks.
And joining us in, of course, the Peanut Gallery, I believe we have Sly. How's it going, Sly?
I was not prepared to talk. Hi, how's it going? I'm here. I am not on camera.
That's right. Justin, are you still there?
I am here.
Justin, of course, 618. There you go. And Harv, he's going to be a little quiet boy. Oh, thank you so much, Joe Medford, for hosting. Thank you so much for that.
Hey. Oh, hey, Joe. How's it going?
Dropping in. Look at you.
How's it going, dude?
How's the feed? Can you guys hear the feed?
Then we'll wrap up with some updates from our
You talking to me?
friends at Capcom Fighters.
Or us?
Anybody.
So what are we waiting for? Let's
I
get
can hear it.
started.
All right, I'm going to
Our
raise up a little
first
bit.
stop today, Resident Evil Village.
Oh, we're
The
just going straight into Resident Evil.
franchise
Harv called it.
continues to pioneer the
Be a little
latest-
louder.
DLC?
Got it loaded up. Oh, no, what happened?
pioneer the latest
we're good.
and
We're back.
greatest
We're
in
back.
Okay.
survival horror. The
Guys,
team has been blown
Resident
away
Evil.
by the response to Resident Evil Village, which launched last month. It brought the world another
Am I the only
chapter
person that
in
thinks this game is
decades-long
fine?
story as the franchise
pretty good.
celebrates
I
its
really enjoy it, actually.
25th anniversary this year.
Like fine, as opposed to like,
I'm
oh my
honored
god,
to be
this is
able
the
to
best Resident Evil.
introduce
Like I
Tsuyoshi
did.
No,
It's
not
not
the
the
best.
best Resident
No, it's not the
Evil.
best.
Definitely
Yeah.
not the
With a
best Resident Evil.
special
That still
message
goes
for
to
the
4.
fans.
Two is still the best.
Oh, me too.
I'm not a big
Remake's
fan of
pretty
4.
good.
Another
So this is probably just going to be Chris Redfield DLC. More than likely.
Probably.
Sign out.
I mean, I'm okay with that. I actually enjoyed playing Chris Redfield.
The 7 DLC for Redfield was pretty cool.
She's everything to me.
Is she? Kind of lost her pretty easily, if I remember correctly.
I think it's time you left
He
things
did
in
sacrifice his hands. quite
Kid
a
Babe
lot.
21, thank you so much for following the channel.
Go on, rest now.
I love that the Mega Might Seed is
Pokemon
just a
and Res-
fetus. It's just a
Pokemon
fetus.
and Resident Evil are the same age. That's
Oh.
weird.
Thanks
is
for making me
crazy.
feeling old.
Hi everyone, my name is Tsuyoshi Kanda, producer on Resident Evil Village.
Can I play Reverse today?
I wanted to
Because I'll
take
play
this
that.
Opportunity to thank everyone who's prayed since
Why?
we launched the game in May. We hope you're enjoying this new chapter in survival horror.
Actually, that's probably what it is. It's probably a
Everyone
reverse
who
date.
purchases Resident
Yeah.
Evil Village will gain free access to our online multiplayer title, Resident Evil ReVerse, where players
Sorry, ReVerse.
Does anybody actually care about this?
No.
Like
Not
Reverse.
even the
I'm
slightest.
now
Yeah,
happy
no.
to announce that Resident Evil ReVerse will go live next month across
Next
all
month.
supported
Cool.
platforms.
For everybody who.
You want
wants
to turn it up a
play
little bit,
this.
Mario?
Yeah, well.
Resident Evil 25th anniversary.
Buy now. Please buy now.
Please buy. Please.
Captions?
They don't have any captions either.
No.
Okay, cool. They have more DLC guys coming, but later info.
Okay.
Wasn't that
Thank
announced
you,
already?
Kanda-san, for that
Wow.
wonderful update. Next
Okay.
up,
I mean,
some
that's
long-awaited
cool.
news
I'm
from
glad
the
that
world
they're
of
having
Monster
DLC
Hunter.
for it.
Whether it's adventuring
it could've been.
alongside monsters or battling
Is
them
she
with
wearing
friends,
a Claire
we've got
jacket, or is that
something
just a
for
red
you.
jacket?
That's
First,
I mean,
let's dive into
it
the
looks like
brand
it.
new
It's pretty
story-based
intentional.
RPG entry to the series, Monster Hunter Stories 2.
She has a
Wings
shirt
of
on. This is
Ruin.
the Claire jacket.
This is for all you Monster Hunter nerds out there. Enjoy.
Yes, yes, we will enjoy this because Monster Hunter is amazing.
Thank you.
Harv, you're supposed to be quiet. You're supposed to be resting your voice.
Hi, Jabber.
This was his fate. Red may have been strong and skilled, but against the awesome power of nature, he was merely a man. He never stood a chance.
This is exclusively on the Switch, right?
Just kept getting worse.
Yes.
But I heard that Guardian Ratha had
I'm happy it's here instead of the Switch conference, but I bet it's going to be at the Switch conference.
It will 100% be at Nintendo's conference tomorrow. With probably the same exact trailer.
Yeah.
The same exact
then,
one.
Of course,
Followed by an amiibo.
that's when I met you.
You were given
Oh, this kid's
Red's
totally dying by the
kinship
end of this.
stone, and now a Rathalos egg. This
These are
is
going to be the
destiny.
Smash characters, by the way.
Yeah, yeah. Oh,
It'll be the
God.
egg.
God, don't put that evil on us.
Legendary monster. Brainwing Ratha.
Frank, are you saying that this game is the Bridge of Terabithia of Monster Hunter games?
Oh, yeah, no.
Can bring about waves of destruction.
Many people believe.
So we already
there's a
know that
connection
the next
between the strange
Smash
happenings
character is
in
going to be a
the
Fire
wings
Emblem
of
character.
ruin.
We know that.
The pits
Was
are
there
appearing
subtle
everywhere, and they're emitting a strange
When he
light.
came out,
Was it born
Like
with
when he's
a
larger.
saddle? Oh, okay.
So he came out of the egg with the saddle. Ta-da!
oh, let these be Smash characters.
For the chat
Crash
room,
from
how's
Smash,
the audio?
baby.
It's buffering quite a bit.
What's this
Damn you,
whole idea
Capcom.
of forming kinship with monsters?
Damn you,
How do you
Capcom!
control them?
It's not about control.
Honestly, for
Monsters
Smash, I could
outriders
see
of their own
there being a
will.
Ridley clone that's a Rathalos.
The
That
bonds
honestly, I wouldn't be
between
mad at that because it's just a
monsters
clone.
and
But the thing is, like, if
are
that's the
just
next
like
character,
your bonds.
people
Like,
are
I
gonna,
hope it's just like a skin, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
What kind of power does Ratha really have?
Oh, we just got DMCA'd. We out.
Who
No,
are these
we're-
people who want to
Jeez,
take Ratha
have a
for
good one, bud.
themselves?
Just fade
I
away.
have questions.
If there's worry or doubt in your
Yeah, say
voice,
like,
Ratha will become anxious too. He needs to know that you will protect him no matter what.
Yeah,
I
Echo
can
character.
sense
Yeah,
the flames
Rathalos
of his
is
life
awesome.
force weakening. The burden of such great power is too much for his body.
It's an
to
Echo
bear.
character of Ridley.
I've never played these games before. I'm gonna try them, I guess.
voice.
The first one came out for Switch as well, right?
Can you hear it?
Yeah, I did.
yeah?
Riders can bond with monsters. Surely you can groove with fellow humans.
This is a turn-based one, right? I don't actually.
Yeah.
I don't even know the gameplay because
Oh,
they
is
never
it?
show
They're
it.
friends.
Yes,
They're
it's
monsters.
turn-based.
Humans carry the strength of everyone they meet. That makes them strong. My friends here taught me that. I
You know,
believe
if
in the
Monster
strength
Hunter
of
World
humanity.
never was a thing, I don't think anybody would even notice these games coming out.
Right?
Correct.
100%.
I love Monster Hunter. I think
How
I'm
many-
like 150 hours into it.
Yeah, I did the same amount.
How many kids out there do you think like accidentally get this game when they're trying to get like Monster Hunter World or like these bigger ones, and they get this instead, and they're like, "Wait, this isn't Monster Hunter."
And this is the same game.
They're pretty good though.
Okay, this is the turn-based combat, right?
Yeah, it looks like it. Without like the HUD or anything, it looks like it.
Yeah.
This is the other game, right? This is Rise.
No, this is still stories. Oh, trial.
All right, I ordered my groceries. There we go.
Congratulations.
Which card did you pick?
Hmm?
Which card did you pick?
Which car?
Card. Remember you're picking a card?
Oh, Visa.
No, you're the greeting card.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, greeting card? No, I didn't. I should probably get them just to see what they would send me, but it's like $7 for a greeting card at Walgreens.
Dude,
for
greeting
some
cards are overpriced.
reason. Yeah, it's like what the
Looks
shit.
pretty
dude?
epic,
Dude, that's a
right?
big market.
And how about that announcement? The canine companion Palamute from Monster
How about
Hunter
that
Rise
announcement?
will be joining Monster Hunter Stories 2 as
She's
one
got
of the new
a lot
monsties in the first
of
free
energy
title
for a
update
Monday. I
coming
just wanna
soon
say
after
that.
the game's release. You can get an early peek
Good
at the
for a
game
late
with the
afternoon
Monster
on
Hunter
Monday.
Stories 2 Wings of Ruin trial version starting on June 25th, which also carries your progress over to the full game release just a few weeks later on July 9th. That's not
Shout out to
the
demos
only
that
way
do
to
that.
join the hunt. Millions
Yeah.
of you made
I
Monster
feel like
Hunter
Nintendo
Rise
started
a
doing that,
huge
now everybody's
success
starting to do
earlier
it.
this
Right.
year. And we have even more content coming, including a new collaboration on the Rise. Let's find out more.
On the Rise, you get it? It's Monster Hunter Rise.
Big the cat as a
Nailing
calico. Let's go.
Let's go!
Let's go. There you go.
This is for my fellow hunters.
I'm waiting for this game to come to PC.
I will then play your game.
Do you have
World Harv?
I have World, yeah.
On PC?
I have it on PS4, but I can get it for PC. I would play that game again.
Dude, I have World. The only reason I haven't played it is because like I feel like this game's better with other people.
This game is
Monster Hunter.
I mean, if you, because it's on the Game Plus package. If you want to play it, I'll play with you.
I haven't done Iceborne yet. I really want to play Iceborne.
World's a part of that PlayStation Plus games, that bundle of games. So.
Yeah.
Oh no, we're talking about for PC.
I'm saying if you want to join me and just play it on PS4 or PS5, we have an excuse to play on PS5.
Did they fix the multiplayer at all?
No, it's the same way still.
Big.
Yeah, that their multiplayer is convoluted AF.
I'm happy for you, ISO, Jesus. You Monster Hunter dorks. But man, this is a lot of Monster Hunter.
There's a lot of Monster Hunter.
Yeah.
For what seemingly is a half-hour presentation.
Oh, look at oh my god, look how cute that thing is.
You think you can take on Rondine?
That monster can't understand.
I'm not gonna lie, the fact that you can create your cat companion is definitely the reason why I started playing.
There has never been a better time to be a Monster Hunter fan. With all the new updates to Monster Hunter Rise and the launch of Monster Hunter Stories 2 this summer. We can't wait to hear about your own stories of adventure. Well, that's not the only thing Capcom has in store for us this July.
Oh, 1080. We're at 1080p now. Look at, I can see the pores.
With the release of the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles.
Oh,
here we go.
Here we go. Future attorneys will finally be able to get their hands on the Great Ace Attorney Adventures and the Great Ace Attorney 2 Resolve, which were previously only available in Japan. You'll travel back in time to the late 19th century Japan and London to play as Ryunosuke Naruhodo, Phoenix Wright's ancestor, in this action-packed prequel. Now, let's hear more about the story.
Is that weird?
That did sound kind of like...
It sounded weird, right? It was like dubbed?
Like they patched the... like that.
Yeah.
Welcome to the center of the world. Great Britain's mighty capital.
It's like Muppet Christmas Carol. Let's go.
This country is incredible.
He's super excited.
I will become a lawyer. I have to.
Show me Kermit the Frog, you cowards.
So then.
Oh wow, okay. Someone just got gatted down.
Kermit the Frog just got
that's
shot.
really normal for people to get murdered.
Did you mean the best Christmas movie?
It sounds like
100% the only Christmas movie, I'll say.
Let us engage in the art of deduction. Mr. Naraho.
This man just like pre-century dab on her.
What have we here?
I mean, it's Sherlock Holmes. What do you expect, right?
Just dabbing on people.
He's probably high right now. He's just dabbing on
His
people.
name's Sloan, Harv. It's not a whole...
Okay.
Yeah, my favorite thing that I learned this weekend was that Sly is a massive Sherlock Holmes fan.
I love Sherlock.
Testimony completely contradicts the facts.
I'm more of an Enola phone fan.
Objection!
So usually in Phoenix Wright, at least like modern day, if you do not complete, like if you can't like show that you're like, if you can't find your person innocent, they do end up getting executed.
You're the best lawyer.
Damn,
like,
son.
Yeah.
Damn.
So yeah. It's because the essentially
So we have 10 new cases
American,
and
as
8
they like
mini
to try to sell it.
escapades where you can take on the role of a defense attorney. Now, we all
Did
want to see some
we know that
gameplay,
date
right?
already? July 27th?
Let's take a closer first look at 2
No, I don't
gameplay
think so.
features new to the franchise in the Great Ace
Coming out on
Attorney
Steam too,
Chronicles.
which is cool.
Dance of Deduction and Summation Examination.
What? What did you
That's a
say to
name.
me?
Oh, so there's
Hello,
different
I'm
abilities that
Jonathan,
you can get
Capcom's
during
marketing
trials,
brand manager
like
for Great
depending
Ace
on who
Attorney
you have discussions with.
So this is the capital of
Like
Great
it's a
Britain.
linear story game, but like
Where
after
to?
you get
The
introduced to
Supreme
other
Court in
characters,
Whitehall,
you
if
get
you
different
wouldn't mind.
abilities,
The
like
Capcom
being
team
able
is
to
thrilled to
unlock
present 2 new
different
gameplay features, Dance of
lives
Deduction
and stuff like
and
that.
Summation
because locks will
Examination,
appear on the
coming
screen,
to
and
the
then you
Ace
have to
Attorney
unlock
series.
them by doing deduction and like asking like probing questions. circumstances.
So do you get points for this? For this
While
prediction? Since
investigating
there's no
to
second
prove your
game.
client's innocence, players will
Well, there
come
is
across
the second
conspicuous
game
situations
that they
that
also
require further examination.
should be
with the help of
announcing if they haven't
Ryunosuke's
already.
legal
I know
aid,
they
Suzaku,
mentioned two.
and the brilliance of deduction from Detective Herlock.
Do you think they're going to bring up both of them at the same time, or do you think they're just going to do one at a time for right now?
Well, they'll probably do the second later on this year, unless they're doing like the what is it? The
Herlock will
trilogy
proceed to
where
present
they'll
his logic
release
and
both of them
reasoning
out at once.
spectacular. A grandiose yet flawed
The man on the
series
left.
of
Look,
conjectures.
what if that's revealed to be Harv?
Yeah, that is
Right?
Harv right there.
I mean, does he have a British accent?
That's Harv in his murder clothes.
There's a very high chance that, that guy
With
doesn't say
green
anything.
scissors.
Green scissors.
There they are.
That's
Yeah.
V. That's V with her scissors.
Sorry, shears.
Oh wait,
I see.
Oh,
She's
my bad.
packing.
Just packing.
Back and heat.
Oh no. Snip snip.
That guy
Let's
does
go on a
not
murder
look
spree.
like the other dude.
Yeah.
I have a candlestick.
In the lounge.
it's not the same person, dude.
While we're in this, I would like to express my get hype moment of a rebooted Resident Evil storyline, starting with whatever the sequel to 3 remake is going to be.
Yes.
Like, give me a new Resident Evil 4.
Ryunosuke and Susato
Yeah.
will then
There
discuss.
was a-
to
I
There's
was
rumor
telling them
Herlock's
that
deductions.
too. Sorry,
There's a
Frank.
rumor that one is like in super early development.
I
and
would
it's gonna
love
be,
that.
At
It's,
this
it's
point,
the same guy
players
who
will be
leaked
prompted to search for
Devil May Cry
clues that
5
help
when it first came
identify
out.
the errors in the detective's logic
He was just
and
like,
reveal
it's going to
the
be a
truth
totally
to the
different
mystery.
game. Like, you know how Resident Evil 4 was very like cheesy and more like kind of like B-movie almost. This one's going to be like, yeah, Leon has
As
straight up
players present
PTSD from
new evidence and
RE2.
observations,
Fuck yeah.
Herlock will amend his deductions.
But he
I
will
would
eventually
love that.
become the Leon that we know and love by the end.
Upon uncovering the truth, Ryunosuke
Hey,
and
who's
Herlock
Herlock?
enter into a semi-metaphorical, semi-literal dance that brings them to the conclusion of the dance of deduction.
Sherlock Holmes?
Oh.
Yeah. They
Okay,
usually do
let's
like a
say
switch
Sholmes.
of the They usually do like a play on the names, so they can't do Sherlock Holmes, but they'll do like the first letter of each of the names and switch them around. Also, all the characters in this are absolutely absurd.
It was a
So I'm not
disguise
shocked.
all along.
I am your
Oh, man, just cut off my
father.
hair. Good music.
The music in the Ace Attorney series is absolutely phenomenal. Like, I showed Harv the other day, they have an actual jazz rendition of the trilogy music, and it's fantastic.
Real good. Real good.
Whoa.
Oh, it was the lady all along.
Yo.
How'd she
Plot
hide the
twist,
earrings?
dude. Nina?
Nina Pavlova.
Ballerina on the run.
My mind read that as a baller on the run.
A baller on the run.
In courtroom battles, players will attempt to convince 6 jurors
I'd play
of the
this. This
innocence of
seems
their
really
client.
cool.
Their progress will be displayed and represented
I
by
really
2 scales
wanna
of
go through the
justice,
trilogy
one
again.
black,
Now this
representing a
makes
guilty
sense.
verdict, and one white, representing a not guilty verdict.
Objection!
I love Danganronpa.
Summation,
so
examination.
if this
Take
is
a
anything
stand
like
to
that,
face
then-
off against the jurors.
Excuse me, is that the news?
All
Miles-
of whom
Miles
provide
Edgeworth?
explanations as to
Because
why
if that
they've reached
is-
their guilty verdict.
You'll
It's
have to
interesting
identify
because they've never had
conflicting
a jury
statements and
system
sway the jury in
before.
your favor.
I
Examine
thought they
each statement
did. I mean, I guess
carefully
it was just a
and select
judge,
2
right?
contradicting
Yeah, it's
jurors.
only a judge.
Call
Yeah,
out
it was
the
like two
plausible logic.
podiums and a judge.
Yeah, the whole premise of the game is the Japanese, like, essentially what they need to do is there's so many people and so much crime that they've had to condense it down to 3 days, and they can only have a judge. And you have to convince the judge by showing.
Be
like,
ready to provide
like,
evidence from the court
providing
record to help prove the
testimonies,
contradiction
like,
in their
showing
claims.
evidence and to provide that your
When you
person-
successfully
like,
point
the
out one
person
of these
that you're representing
contradictions
is
among the
not
jurors,
innocent, or, like
you
I
might
said
just change
earlier,
their
they'll
minds
die.
too.
So these
With
are
a
like
slam of their
witnesses,
fist,
I'm
each
guessing.
juror you
Yes.
persuade will send a
Or,
fiery ball
like,
towards
jury-
the scales
like a
above
juror,
and
I don't
literally
know,
tip the
because I have
scales
no
of
idea about
justice
this.
in your favor.
I wonder how much dialogue that they
Persuade the
have.
jury to help
It's,
so
a,
much.
it's a dialogue heavy game. For
No,
sure.
like depending on like what.
Objection!
you pick as something like, I feel like there's a lot. This guy drinking wine while he's on the stand.
And he threw it into a fire.
I like that.
Great ace.
I like that as Fiona.
We are very excited.
As Fiona's
to get this game.
describing this game, me and Mario are just reacting with facial expressions.
Diehard fans alike. Thanks for
Looks really good. I'll play it July 27th, 2021.
Absolutely.
It already seems like I have a bunch of games to catch up on. There are some exciting new adventures and titles to look forward to. Well, that's a look at the new premieres from Capcom, but what about esports? Let's close out today's showcase with a few words from two of the stars of
Reverse
Capcom
esports
fighters.
team, let's go.
Rob TV and Vicious.
Mercenary sicko mode, let's go.
What's been going on with Capcom esports, including updates
Monster
on
Hunter,
the Capcom Pro
esports?
Tour, Intel World Open, Street Fighter League, and all the other content on Capcom Fighters. Over to you guys.
That might work. That might actually kind of work.
What's going on, everybody, and welcome to the Capcom esports presentation for E3 2021. My name is Vicious, commentator for the Capcom Pro Tour, as well as
Vicious
Street
from
Fighter
fucking
League,
Cowboy
here with
Bebop?
competitive Street Fighter 5
I remember
player
you having
and
more hair.
host extraordinaire, Hollywood.
Long flowing
Rob TV.
mane.
What's going on, Rob? Oh my.
Frank, are you looking forward to that TV show?
Extraordinaire.
Cowboy
That just
Bebop on
sounds
Netflix?
beautiful. It has a ring
I'll watch
to
it.
and I
It seems
think
like they
that's
have
the
the
perfect
same
word to
music
describe what we
composer
have for
as the
everyone
original
today.
anime, so I'm gonna watch
Street
it.
Fighter V, Capcom E3, it just feels right, and you feel the electricity in the air.
That's 5.
I believe this is 5.
And there might be some people at home, Vicious, who don't
Damn, it looks
really
different
know
from when I played
what
it.
competitive Street Fighter 5
I think 5
is.
just got
The
updated
long
like
and the
last
short
year
of
at
it
some
is
point.
this. We travel
it's like a
all around
arcade
the
edition or
world,
some
state to
crazy
state,
new
country
edition
to
or something
country,
like
and we try to bring our opponents
Shout out to
like
the
forward
AEW
from
logo in the
100
background.
all the way down to 0 and
Damn you, Capcom.
pretty goddamn good doing it.
Damn
That's
you,
right, Rob. If you can be the
Capcom.
best in your region, sign up for Capcom Pro Tour to become possibly
Let's sign up for this.
a world champion
got-
at Street Fighter 5.
An email?
So the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles includes 1 and 2. So Great Ace Attorney Adventures and
So in this
Resolve.
year's CPT
Bitchin', so
overall,
you got points.
it's a series
I
of
did get
tournaments that have $5,000 on the line for each tournament. But that money alone, that's not what's really at stake here.
Remember
It's about
the
making
guy
it
who
to
went
a
into a fighting
granddaddy of
tournament,
them
won
all.
the whole thing, and all he got was a bag of
Capcom
rice?
No.
This has actually happened.
What?
Someone won like the first prize at a
behind
fighting
me,
tournament.
you
All he
can
got was
see
a bag of
in
rice.
all of its glory,
Like a
the
1 kilogram
Capcom
bag of
Pro
rice.
Tour 2021
It's a real thing. Google
official
it.
stage
It actually
is
happened.
set, and that's a place that you are
It means
very,
good luck.
very
It's
familiar
better
with.
than
That's right. We
$5,000.
take all of our events and broadcast it live from this stage.
Don't remember
And we check
PSX
out
when this was
all
happening
the top
at
competitors
PSX?
from each and every one of these regions. And speaking
missed
of,
that.
the Capcom
Yeah,
Pro
but
Tour has
that was
shaped
the
up a
thing.
lot. 2021, we have
Bring back
32
PSX.
events
Please.
going on in the Capcom Pro Tour,
Please.
spanning across 19 different territories.
Even a
There's
digital
so many
edition would be
opportunities for players from around the
Seriously,
world
anything.
to get that ticket.
But
into
man,
the Capcom
that's like my
Cup
fa-
this
other
year.
than
I'm
PAX, it's my
absolutely
favorite
excited because
con.
again, that is a big change from what 2020 was.
I will
into what
scream
we
if
can
there's a
expect
Marvel
for
vs. Capcom
2021.
here.
And Margo is your first qualifier.
I just want Marvel vs. Capcom 2 again, dude.
Capcom Pro Tour.
Like a
Not
remake?
only
I
do
know,
you catch
like,
the Capcom Pro Tour live on the Capcom
Or even
Fighter
a
Who has the
re-release
rights
of
to
it.
that?
on a
Is it
plethora of platforms. We have it on
Marvel?
Twitch, YouTube,
I believe it's
Twitter,
Marvel.
and Facebook. Of course, if
I
you
mean,
don't
maybe
catch
with
it live,
Marvel
you can also
games, like,
check
we'll
out the
eventually
VOD
get it now.
for all the competitive
Fighting
stuff you
game?
need to become a successful Street Fighter 5
I know there's that
as well as
rumor of
catching
like
some of the
a
community-focused
NetherRealm
content that
working
we have
on
Capcom
something like that,
Fighters.
but
We
I don't
have
think
Yeah,
no new
I
trailers,
predicted
official
that that's
pre-shows
just
for the
Injustice 3.
Capcom Pro Tour. We have
Yeah,
sets
it's
with
weird
players
'cause
from
people are
around the
like-
world and playoff
Go ahead,
and
Mario.
sets
No, I was saying we didn't get that, but then
and
again, this
not
could
only
obviously
that,
just be
we
a
do have Street Fighter
fandom
League
thing.
that's happened season after season,
fandom.
non-stop
Yeah,
action.
it's weird because I don't see them
6
working on a
games
Marvel
out
game
to
because
this
it's
battle
WB
tournament
who
series
owns
to see who will
NetherRealm, but
walk away with the
anything's
championship
possible at
and
this
the
point, right?
$150,000
Well, money
prize
also.
pool.
There's
Street
so
Fighter
anything's
League
possible with
is
money.
something you don't
Lots of
wanna
money.
miss because normally
Disney money
we
can do
only have
anything.
1v1 content, but now you actually have your teammates at your back, and every decision that you make is not just about you anymore. Look for more news on Street Fighter League later this year.
Okay, good for the fighting game community. I mean, that takes a lot of dedication. Dedication I don't have time for or want to do.
It's so good. Let's not forget, the Intel World Opening is happening right
Championship
now.
edition. That's the new one.
Top players representing 11
Or the
regions
newest update.
around the world are competing for their place in the World
Said
Finals
nether
happening
regions around the
next
world?
month. Be sure to check out the official website for more
Coming to a crotch
including
near
current
you.
standings and broadcast.
I miss
To
Evo.
commemorate this event, everyone
I know
who's
when, like,
logged on
every-
during this period
Wow,
will
there was a
receive
lot of scandals that
exclusive
happened.
There was a lot of
title
stuff with
and
harassment and
dojo
stuff.
object.
You do
But
not want to miss this.
I missed the tournament
I
itself.
highly recommend everyone to stay tuned for future.
Yeah, like
Capcom
Kyle
Pro
said
Tour
the other day, I
updates
watched these
on the
from
Capcom Fighter
very far
channel.
away.
And again, we've had so many events so far. We started off with the Japan region. We've had a couple of more events.
Like
going
seeing them
on
in person, like at
afterwards, but the action
PSX,
does not
fucking
stop.
the
In
most
fact,
hype
we're gonna
thing
be
in the world.
continuing off with the Midwest region for the Capcom Pro Tour. I know you're definitely excited about that.
100%. I mean, of course, your boy
I might download
is
some
from
Street Fighter V
Ohio.
tonight, guys,
Make sure you guys tune in to see the tournament. You do not want to miss.
It was
some of the
PS
best
Plus a
Street
couple months
Fighter
ago.
V players
I'll
in
fucking
the
do
world
that.
That's right, yeah.
Compete head to head.
It's only on PlayStation still, isn't it?
It's an exclusive.
PlayStation,
Yeah.
and Steam. Yeah.
Something
crazy.
This is a game.
I got a copy through Humble Bundle.
Nice.
Obviously, they got a rivalry. I'm the best in the world.
There was a couple moments in my life, like a couple months in my life, where I was super into Street Fighter.
That's what I'm talking about.
I told you he's gonna go to the limit, and I ain't lying to the people.
All right. Well, I think there's definitely no more reveals. We have 5 minutes left. This possibly might be the rest. This might be the rest of the show. Oh wait.
Yeah, we got 5 minutes. Let's see.
Thanks,
Okay.
guys. It's been a really exciting season so far, and I can't wait to
Would
see
be a
how
good
this
segue
plays
into
out on the
6.
road to Capcom Cup. Remember to check out Capcom Fighters' Twitch and YouTube channels for more information and to watch the latest matches. So that's a wrap for Capcom at E3 this year. Let's
Wow.
recap what we all saw. Resident Evil Village
Did
is
we?
back with the latest
Did we
installment
really
of
see
the
Resident
see
Evil?
anything
All
for
you, all you had was
as
some
part of the
fucking
franchise's
some text
25th
saying that there's gonna be a
anniversary.
DLC later.
We have new adventures to embark on in the world of Monster Hunter with Monster Hunter Stories 2, Wings of Ruin, and Monster Hunter Rise.
Well, I'm very happy for Harv,
don't
and I'm
forget
very
to go
happy
back
for
in
Fee.
time with the
You
great
guys
Ace
got
Attorney Chronicles.
some
To
great
tap
stuff for
into the
your
family
whatever you're
history
going to
of
be
Phoenix
doing
Wright and
later.
solve new
You're going to
cases.
just be looking that up later, I
Finally,
assume.
Whatever
don't
kind of
miss out
shit
on
you'll
the
be
esports
playing.
fun. Make
Feel
sure
the
you
same
catch
way as
the
Crafty
latest
right now.
matches
I was
with
hoping there
Capcom
was gonna be
Fighters.
more.
There
But
really is something for everyone
my
here
disappointment
today.
is
But
immeasurable.
don't go
My
anywhere
day
yet.
is ruined.
Join the conversation on Twitter and make sure you check
I
out
washed
the
my
Capcom
face for
virtual
this
booth
damn
on the
conference.
E3 portal.
Damn it.
to
I mean, I
watch
didn't
all
expect
these
much from
videos
this.
again
I mean, they announced
I'm
what
Rachel
it was going to be in
Puerco,
here. I just
aka
thought maybe they would
Salsa.
have something
Thank
else.
you for being part of the Capcom experience.
Yeah, I was hoping for some
at E3
surprises
this
here
year.
and there.
There are just some conferences that just don't need to happen if you don't really. Not saying that they don't have anything, okay? I know there are Ace Attorney fans out there, and people really love the games that are already out that they are giving updates for. But if you don't have something like substantial, don't do a conference.
This all this stuff could have been shown off in like the PC Gamer Show or the Nintendo Show.
You know, like
Ace
Hey,
Attorney.
that being said, though, I'm stoked, and nothing against Ace Attorney or anything like that. I'm stoked that Ace Attorney was here and not tomorrow. Hopefully, not tomorrow.
We'll
Maybe like
find
a
out.
Quick little trailer.
That is
Well,
fair.
here's the thing.
That
Like,
is fair.
I as a like an Ace Attorney fan, and knowing that like even though that it's like not a widely known or like widely popular game, I know that for the people who do enjoy it, it is in like at least for me, I think it's really cool to see it on an actual stage, because
Sure.
the amount of times that they're just like, oh yeah, we have Ace Attorney, and then they just like go off and do something else, and actually having it highlighted is really, it's making me hopeful that hopefully maybe next year they might announce a new like Switch game like with the actual like Phoenix Wright and not just like his ancestors, because the 2 games that are coming out are from 2015 and 2018. They're not new games. They're just coming over as an actual Western release.
Sure.
So I'm hoping that they
It's
start.
pretty rare too, right?
It's
Like
rare for it to happen.
Phoenix
There's
Wright to come over.
there's still games that are in Japanese and they haven't come into like to English. Like there is an entire series about Miles Edgeworth, which is the like essentially the
We must solve this case, Naruhodo.
it's essentially is it like Phoenix Wright's rival named Miles Edgeworth, and he has an entire series. Only one has been released to English.
Yeah.
So seeing that they're actually bringing these over finally after 3 years after the second one came out, I'm hoping that having some sort of highlight here, it'll get people more excited for it, because some of the other games that we've seen this weekend weren't really as hyped, or at least as colorful, or like even some of the bigger games that were shown, maybe even at like cough Square Enix, that hopefully people start moving towards more games like this, because we've seen a lot of shooters, and I understand that, but something new.
For this kind of thing, in my opinion, like maybe I think like what Crafty said kind of solidifies what I think about these. Like if you're gonna show these kind of games, show them in their own little showcase for like doing an Ace Attorney kind of type thing and be like, we have news for Ace Attorney, and make a stream of that.
Yeah, kind of like a PlayStation State of Play.
Yeah, like they do with like Horizon, right? Or they did with Last of Us, or
Totally.
something like that.
Well, the
like
issue
what they did
is
with
it's not big enough.
Yeah, and honestly,
Sure.
like I think the main reason why people are watching this also right now for like this Capcom thing is because it's E3. If this happened at any time of the year,
Yeah.
I don't think this would have this kind of viewership.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Monster Hunter is big enough to get its own like presentation,
Oh.
like similar to like Back for Blood. Like that Monster Hunter thing could have been its own. What was it? That was like a 15-minute long segment. It felt like
it could have been, but I feel like when it comes to Monster Hunter, if it was like a Monster Hunter World-esque thing, I think it would have been a lot bigger because
I think if
Monster Hunter Stories is only on the Switch, right? It's only a one platform thing.
Yeah.
But
And
is it, I mean, I feel like Rise is fucking massive right now. I feel like if you present
Rise-
this as a Rise
is
and
massive.
Stories update for like a quick presentation, like similar to what they did with Back for Blood yesterday.
Yeah. Or even Halo today, just like so totally side thing.
And I agree with you, Mike, as well, that it's good that it was here and not over there.
Because I would have been furious tomorrow if we spent 15 minutes of that 40 minutes on Monster Hunter.
Exactly.
You bring up a very good point. Yeah, I'd rather it be here than there.
Yeah,
like
because-
again, like I'm totally expecting a quick trailer for Monster Hunter Stories because it is coming out. It's a Switch exclusive, of course. Remind folks that's coming.
We're
But
gonna get one of these
just
trailers again. We're gonna get one of these trailers.
like a
again,
1 minute, 2 minute trailer out.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, I was kind of hoping that they would have been either announcing like the Great Ace Attorney 3 to make it the trilogy, because they did the same thing with like the last time that they had a bundle pack of games was the Ace Attorney trilogies that came out in 2017. If I 2016, I don't remember. It's been a while. So I'm excited to see that it was here on a main stage. Like I said earlier, it's odd for them to even showcase an Ace Attorney game, just because they've kind of pushed that series like away for the most part. And if they have mentioned it in the past, they're like, we're bringing out the trilogy, because I remember they mentioned it at E3 like back in 2016. They're like, here's like we're bringing out Ace Attorney trilogy, and that was it. And so actually having some sort of highlight, I agree that I don't think they maybe needed a entire showcase for some games that have already either been released or currently in the process of.
Because like for RE, they just said RE-verse, and that's it.
Yeah.
And then
And they're showing this.
And then they say they gave a little bit of thing like, you know what, we're working on something, but come back later.
And I'm like, no shit, you're working on something because it's not here. So it's like, don't worry about it. You don't need to show us.
I will say it's super cool for one of the devs to come out and be like, "Hey, yo, thank you for all the support.
Totally.
I know this is radically different than what people expect Resident Evil to be, and I'm glad they're still like."
I mean, they released their numbers, I think today or yesterday, that it is one of the highest selling games of the year, behind Call of Duty. So it is the highest selling game this year behind Call of Duty, but Call of Duty came out last year, so like this is the best selling game right now in 2021, which is awesome for them.
Good for them.
I do think, and this includes Ubisoft and Square as well, that these companies are spreading themselves a little too thin, trying to save stuff throughout the year. Because we've gotten multiple Square Enix Presents, we've gotten multiple Ubi Forwards, and just like shoot off on all cylinders at one event. Just save your stuff. Like what was this? Like we got 2 Resident Evil things, and I think we're getting more this year for the anniversary. Just do one major event.
Well, technically, we even
one
had
big
like,
anniversary event.
and they were also at the DBD anniversary stream because they were talking about because they introduced
Nemesis, Leon,
and
Claire,
Raccoon City
or Jill.
Yeah.
It's weird because we're gonna see a lot more in this year, like from everybody else for sure.
Totally.
Like Game Awards, it's kind of weird because Game Awards has kind of become the second E3 now. Or it's just like a lot of these companies are really holding a lot of their good guns for.
That's
Game
where
Awards.
Jeff Keighley has positioned it pretty much,
dude. And we have the E3 awards tomorrow, which there are going to be game announcements. And
wait, really? There's going to be game
I
announcements.
was gonna bring this up to you guys. Yeah.
And what was I just gonna say? I forgot. Oh, and like, what if PlayStation is doing something in July? Like there was that Kojima thing with Death Stranding, where they said like, oh, we'll talk about more in a couple weeks or in a few weeks. Is there a state of play in a few weeks?
Well, EA is doing their thing, their E3 thing, quote unquote, in July as well. Yeah.
I think we'll probably see like Fallen Order 2 and all those other crazy games in there.
Skateboard, baby, let's go.
Oh, Skateboard, let's go.
It's too early.
I don't think that
that's
game
the only
exists
dev
yet.
diary. That's the only dev diary we'll be happy to see. Give me a
They're
skateboard
probably
dev
like,
diary. I don't give a fuck.
They're probably just like, you know what? We just got a computer and we're ready to go.
We just found some trucks. Putting the wheels on them.
Yeah.
Screwing it in.
We got to clean up Rob Deerdeck from the back of the truck. Get him
What's
back
Rob
in
Dyrdek
this.
been up to, man?
Yeah.
Ridiculousness. He's fucking killing it.
Yeah,
he's
But
making money,
it is something that we have so many events during the year that like it is so hard to get it for me. It was hard to get hyped for, like, I was hyped for Xbox. I enjoyed Xbox and stuff. The thing is that it gets harder and harder to get hype yourself up for these things, because knowing that there's going to be so many more things that are going to happen during the year.
Yeah. Now that you know that they're going to hold back a little bit, because it wasn't like that years ago with Eddie 3, where like this is where everybody was going to shoot all their cylinders for the year.
Yeah.
Now
The
it's
only
like,
only company that is different is Nintendo,
right?
Because they don't do anything during the year, and then all of a sudden they're like, you know what, we have a direct in 2 days. Get hyped. You're like, wait, what?
It's just like
I need to rearrange my life for this. What's happening?
For me personally, like, just because this is what we cover at our outlet at 6-One Indie, like, I'm always like overly hyped for all the indie events, like Guerrilla Collective, Wholesome Games. I still think Wholesome Games had the best presentation and the best show of
100%.
E3 so far.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, no, I totally understand. I think I said this on some 6-One Indie content, because it's been 3 years since we've been doing E3 2021 stuff. That I'm just so over the like scatteredness of all these events. Like, can we stop with the big dick contest and just come together and just like under one umbrella, a uniform schedule, just fucking play nice. I'm so over this. And it's only been 2 years since we've been doing this kind of stuff.
Yeah, I was
Like,
gonna
be
say
nice.
last year was bad. Last year terrible.
Sucked. And even Summer Game Fest, Keeley was like, "Oh yeah, all month long we got events." Like, dude, just fucking condense it, my man.
Give me one day, one 12-hour day of fucking
weekend. That's it.
Yeah.
I think last year was more proof of concept for Summer Game Fest, though, because like even with the kickoff this year is way more condensed and kind of like concise and straight to the point.
Well, now he's only doing this show, and then he's doing one at Gamescom, and then he's doing
opening live.
Yeah, and then he's doing one for Game Awards, and that's it. Like, that's his 3 events now for the year.
Yeah,
which is good.
But it's like the thing of like Xbox or Summer Game Fest and E3 trying to claim Xbox, trying to claim Devolver. It's like, just stop fighting.
And then IGN as well, like IGN like doing their summer gaming
doing their
like,
thing.
They're all just like, we're all part of the same thing, but we're not. But we are. But we're not. But we are. So watch all of this.
It's kind of like those TV shows. You know what I mean? Those TV subscription programs that we're getting now. We're like, here's a new TV show that everybody's kind of hyped about, but you have to subscribe to this fucking $10.99 a month thing.
Keeley Plus.
Yeah.
I wonder how much of that
E3 Plus.
is trying to remove power from the ESA, though, because I know that like I can't remember the last time I've heard a story or seen anyone talk about the ESA and been like smiles and thumbs up. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, ESA is a bunch of shitlords.
Yeah, I mean, once they leak all your stuff, your trust in them is pretty much over at that point.
Well, look how they're handling
That's
streaming.
what I'm saying. It's like
Streaming for
Yeah.
people. It's just like, why
That's
would
why-
you do
that's
that?
why we
You know
canceled
people are
all
gonna
of our
do this.
streams.
Yeah, you know people are gonna stream your stuff. Why would you, for
Block
one,
it.
not even put a notice that there's gonna be an official thing? Because like I didn't know there was an official thing until they started DMCAing channels.
Yeah.
Like there was official streams
Yeah.
and stuff like that. And then they were like, well, we're gonna follow Twitch's live like policy for like live things.
Yeah.
And it's like that's meant for like fights and pay-per-views, not for
Yeah.
E3.
What my thinking was, because there's no clear answer about what the fuck like is causing the terms of service breach or whatever.
Yeah.
My thought was that like technically for affiliated channels, you have to wait 24 hours before you post it on
True,
YouTube.
yeah.
Which is what we've been doing since a year now. So I'm assuming people were trying to like jump the gun too quickly, and those are the people who've been getting in trouble. But like, there's no clarity behind it. So I wish there was just like a blatant like, hey, we see that like, for example, like both of our outlets, hey, we see that you got media access. Do you plan on co-streaming? Here's what you need to know about co-streaming.
Yeah.
They didn't do anything. Like,
Yeah.
Oh, continue.
No, the only thing I was going to say, the only thing that I got from E3 was I literally got, and this happened after the stream was already done. I got an email that was a stream safe version of the Square Enix press conference, which removed all the licensed music out. Which, if you watch Kind of Funny's stream,
it's very weird.
Very weird because they use that line, and they're like, we'll never do that again because it was that bad.
The Avengers presentation was bad.
Oh my god!
Without music.
Yeah, I would not have been.
We did
Guardians.
We did the regular version.
Yeah.
Before that, but like, I watched the other version and I was like, this is like, why would anybody even want to watch this? Why would it brings like, you're trying to get people hyped for Avengers because like Avengers has had like a rough track for the last little while. You're trying to get people hyped for it. You're not going to get anybody hyped for that. Like, there's no music. You don't hear anything.
No. V, you're going to say something?
Oh, no, I was just going to say, like, we received zero information, and the only way to find it is, like, through, like, the frickin', like, grapevine and looking at tweets. Like, I know a lot of us we'll continue.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but like just piggybacking off that quick, like I went to our media portal earlier just to see if there was any updates and stuff, and I saw there was an events tab. Like, why isn't the schedule on that events tab? I hit events and I hit schedule, it's just blank. Why isn't all the streams on that page? You have to go to E3's website and just search E3 schedule, and like maybe it'll pop up.
Yeah, it just seems like they're so disconnected.
Yeah, they're very out of touch.
Yeah.
Which is really disappointing.
It is.
Or they're trying to give power to everybody else that's in E3, and they're like, you know what, you guys take care of everything. We're just gonna be here hosting the shit, and that's it.
Well, that's the thing is like if they were trying to give power to people, they wouldn't be just like striking because the whole point of this is to get it to people. But then when people get it to people, they strike those people down, and that kind of loops me back to the point of like, you know, the whole big dick energy thing is like I wonder how much of that is them trying to get that kind of power play away from the ESA.
Yeah, I just want to give kudos to freaking Microsoft for being like, hey, we know this is happening. Like, don't worry, just like y'all can stream it. Like, we'd have no problems. Like, I just think it's very. The best way to put it is almost like juvenile. It's just like it's a group. It seems like a group of people that haven't run this before, even though I know that's not the case. But like, you know, DMCA exists. You understand how this process works, and it's not like this hasn't been co-streamed by hundreds of thousands of people beforehand when you guys weren't online. Like, yes, now you have now you're like, oh, well, now we're just online. Like, I get that. Like, I know the transition was definitely odd, but it's one of those things where you need to take all that into consideration beforehand, and it shouldn't be on the vendors. It shouldn't be on the media or like the people that are trying to like live stream this to get in trouble for you to be like, oh yeah, we forgot. Like,
yeah, I don't think they forgot. I think necessarily they were just trying to funnel people into the official channel so they can obviously get all the ad revenue and stuff like that. Because they got, I guess, bills got to be paid, but like that's not the way to do it. DMCA striking people who are trying to bring notice to E3 is not the way you,
especially small creators.
Yeah.
Like, especially folks like us who like we don't have a Patreon or anything. Like, we don't really pay ourselves or anything like that. We just do this because we're passionate about it, and we're obviously trying to build something. Like, don't punish small independent creators.
Oh sure.
Yeah.
Well,
who is like, advertising for you? Like, this is free advertisement
for you.
Yes.
I guess it was like a little bit of like we were lucky. It sounds weird that I'm saying that we're lucky that we are not affiliated right now, but like we have the opportunity because we're not affiliated because we didn't stream 7 days in the 30-day period before this started, that we have like the option to like upload our stuff like right away. But I don't know, it just seems really weird. Like, it just feels like there's a bunch of things currently just like askew, and it's just making everything feel really awkward. And it also kind of, in a way, upsets me that I'm more excited, like, not upset. I'm really excited to see what's coming out of, like, indie creators and just, like, the hype that everyone's getting. But at the same time, like, what is going on?
The thing that's been grinding my gears is the publishers that are, you can't even use game music, right? That are made for the game that you're promoting. Like, for instance, the biggest one that drove me crazy was if you watch the DMCA free version of Life is Strange 3, Square, the singer is presenting the presentation, the person that made the music for the game, and you can't use her music.
Yeah.
What?
Well, even one of the mobile games was just straight up silence.
Yeah, you would think that it would get clearance off of somebody and be like, "Yeah, can we use this song because we're going to use it for
Square
our big
Enix should be the
content?"
clearance.
Yeah, exactly.
It's out here
Like-
DMCA striking people for showing off their Final Fantasy like 1 through 6 on mobile. Like, what is this?
Kyle's favorite game. Yeah,
coming to SIM cards near you.
that's right.
I'm so excited for this, guys. I'm sorry, but like,
Dude,
I
I
know
can't
it
wait for
didn't need a
Nintendo.
highlight,
Speaking
but,
of
like-
Ace Attorney.
There you go. I'm a little sad that I will be missing it out. Yeah.
If they are going to announce a new Ace Attorney game at the Nintendo one, Capcom, why didn't you take this opportunity? But 2, I'm gonna be happy.
Well, then I
You
guess
can almost guarantee this game's gonna be there. Still,
For like a brief like reminder, like, hey, by the way, July
coming out.
27th. It's
Yeah,
coming.
the same way that they've announced every other Ace Attorney game since creation. The same.
I guess on that note, everyone else, let us know what you guys thought of the Capcom Live Showcase. It has been interesting to sit here and enjoy for people that love Ace Attorney and people who love Monster Hunter and Street
Happy for
Fighter.
you both.
Happy for
Resident
both
Evil
of you.
fans, you have something to look forward to. Here's a title card.
Yeah. Hopefully more Lady D content. Please do that. That'd be great. But otherwise, I think for the video portion of this, we're gonna cut it off. But Fiona, where can people find you on the net?
Here.
Perfect.
Here right
You can
now.
also find me here or on Twitter. Recently we have been doing things such as my first playthrough of The Wolf Among Us. I'm going to be also live streaming this evening a number of the demos that have been showcased during the Summer Games Fest and Guerrilla Collective, as well as Wholesome Games. So definitely come and check that out. It's going to be later this evening.
Hopefully we can port those out and put those on the YouTube channel because that'd be a lot of fun. Frank.
Absolutely, because we already have 3 of them.
Yeah. Frank, where can people find you?
You can find me here at Point in Progress, where I speak with my friends about video games, and you can also find me on Twitter, where I don't know that Joan Rivers is dead.
R.I.P.D.
Can I jump back in for 1 second?
Of course.
Speaking of Stadia.
Oh boy. What a transition.
Nobody's speaking of Stadia.
We were going to have a essentially an E3 what was shown for Stadia during E3, but
I think there was 2 games.
Yeah.
E3, fix your shit.
Hey, that's 2 more that you didn't have before, right?
There you go.
I mean, they took one away from them.
Oh, it did.
They did.
With the Orcs game.
Yeah, and then there's just been a bunch that are now coming to PC, and yeah, I'm really happy the somewhat exclusives are now just coming to PC. It's okay.
Yeah.
So happy Wave Break is off Stadia and on Switch now.
Yeah, there you go. Bring me Guilt. I actually enjoyed Guilt.
Bring me Guilt.
Yeah. Mike, where can people find you on the net?
Yeah, people can find my personal Twitter at MixToundro, and for all of the indie coverage during E3 2021, check out 61 Indie. That's 61 spelled out. Yeah, we've been doing daily podcasts, breaking down all the indie news, reveals, highlights, all that good stuff with our friends at Point in Progress over here. We have live reacts to all the indie focus showcases, and yeah, just a bunch of indie gaming content. This week, we're going to have hands-on impressions of Kana, which is how you say that game now. Kana, Bridge of Spirits.
Jealous.
I played.
Yeah.
Spoilers.
I'm jealous of that. I want
real damn good. So check out 61indie.com at 61indie. Come be a friend, you know?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely. And of course you can find me at what was that?
No, nothing. I'm gonna say this after.
Okay.
It's just gonna be like a thing at the very end.
Okay, fair enough. And of course, you can find me at Rivera on Twitter. You can also find me on my YouTube channel where I do a Halo show called Halo Forever at youtube.com/Rivera. This has been Capcom Live Showcase. And Harv, do you have the last words?
Jeff Keighley tweeted out, "I did try to tell you guys."
Okay. Thank you, Jeff Keighley, for
Thank you, Jeff.
being the Owen for all of our
Mario?
sins.
Summer's dad, Jeff Keighley.
That's right. Progress has been made.
Shout out to Liv Tyler.
She's still alive.
She's
Still
alive. There you
She's
go.
alive.
She's still alive.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Empire Records.
Great movie. Great movie.
She was in
Best movie.
she was in Lord of the Rings.
She was
Unfortunately,
Armageddon.
She had to leave.
Armageddon.
She had to leave. What is it? 911 Lone Star because of COVID.
Oh, there you go. She was in the Leftovers as well.
Oh, she was. Leftovers, great show for anybody that has not watched it. Watch that show. It's a great show.
Really rare fact: Steven Tyler's daughter.
That's right.
Bet you didn't know that.
Yeah. Music. She was in the music videos. I don't know where I'm going to cut that eventually, but that'll be where we cut it. Somewhere.
E3, baby.
E3, baby.
All right, we've reached after hours, after Capcom hours.
What a fucking this! Oh my god, E3 has just been.
E3 has been. Yeah, I agree with Harv here. E3's kind of been a shit show. I will say this 100% that the indie crowd has fucking brought it.
Indies this year fucking ruled.
Yes.
Indies right now are carrying E3, and that's fucking different
on their backs
because companies are coming out right now with just like, here's a CGI trailer, here's a release date for next year, and no gameplay. And indies are coming in with, here's games coming out this year, here's gameplay, here's trailers,
shadow drops.
Dude, yeah, shadow drops. It's like, dude, this is what E3 should be. You shouldn't just bring a CGI trailer with you and then just try to build fake hype.
The thing is, like, you got to have balance, right? I'm okay when you announce a game like Red Kill. What was that? What was the game called?
Redfall.
Redfall. Like, I'm okay if you announce Redfall and you don't have a date on it and it's just CGI. It's fine. But your rest of your like announcements gotta have a trailer, gameplay with release dates. Like, you gotta bring something to the fold, right? And I feel like there just wasn't enough of that this year. And somebody yesterday was talking about this. I talked to everybody here too, but Mike, I want to talk to you about this as well.
Please, yeah.
Where somebody said that they released the next gen consoles 1 year too early.
Mm-hmm. I agree with that.
I feel like if they released them 1 year later from now, I think we would be in a different place.
Yeah, I remember one of our topics during one of the early lockdown episodes we had, the IndieCast, was, I think Mario, you might have been on it. We were just discussing like how like you need to delay next gen, like it's not ready, just because everything like is going to be affected by COVID, and now we're seeing a lot of those pushes from COVID this year particularly. So like, yeah, launch the consoles this holiday and let's fucking just enjoy it.
Yeah, because
that sea of games coming out.
Because
that's why I think the Switch Pro is going to be a big fucking thing this year.
Yeah. And I think that also, like, it would make Starfield feel a little bit closer as well. Like, you put a release date of 11/11/2022. You're like, but why? Yeah. Why is there a release date on that? I want to know why. Why you guys?
Spoilers. It's probably gonna get delayed.
Oh yeah,
more likely.
Yeah. It's like one of those things.
Pretty good with their release dates.
Well, it's either it's gonna get released that day and it's gonna be broken AF, or they.
Hey, I'm stoked that has a new engine. Bethesda finally has a new engine.
I'm very excited about that.
I was less hyped when the news came out, like I think last year, that they were just going to use Gamebryo again, and then I was just like, fuck it, it's Gamebryo. But now they're using Creation Engine 2, and I'm like, oh yeah, this is gonna be lit. It's gonna be great.
No, but hopefully. Frank, what you were saying, like indies this year, like there was a conversation we had again on the podcast before E3 and stuff, how like, what is the indie scene going to look like in E3, and like, are they just going to be overshadowed by Xbox, Capcom, Ubisoft, so on and so forth? And like, how my wish was that PAX would put out a indie presentation, which they sort of did, kind of, but it wasn't a traditional showcase. It was more like just like dev interviews, which is fantastic. But man, like, if they're like, granted, a lot of these indies were not directly with E3. Like Wholesome was not E3, Guerrilla Collective was not E3, just going around at the same time. But because of those showcases, and even things like the Glitch showcase, and we have the GameSpot one tomorrow, which is a part of E3. Man, they really carried the season for me, for hype and whatnot. And like, I'm biased with indies, of course, but man, like things like, obviously this is something I knew about for a while, but like Death's Door, but like new things like Faith the Unholy Trinity. Man, there's just like, we have docs of all the days, and there's just pages and pages and pages of indies I want to play, and I can't wait to play.
Yeah.
It's insane. Like, I typically don't play indies just because I just really don't have time, because I'm usually
because you have no taste.
Big.
So
hey, it nailed it.
But now I'm getting the taste. I'm getting acclimated. Okay, it's getting
You're
fun
being cultured.
Being cultured, and it's this year, man. I'm more hyped for these indie titles than I am for any of these AAAs right now.
Honestly, one of the most hype
this year.
Totally, one of the most hype announcements of E3 so far from Day of the Devs is that we're getting an Annapurna showcase, which is something I predicted during our Devolver Revisited piece, our little movie marathon leading up to Devolver. I was like, fuck, why doesn't Annapurna do this? Because I say this every chance I get. Devolver and Annapurna are the best in the business. No matter AAA, AA, anything, they're the best in the games industry right now. They're putting out the most eloquent, unique, fun games out there. And I'm so excited.
When is the Annapurna?
July 29th.
Okay. I want to
Yeah, I'm so excited. Yeah. We're going to see more Stray and oh my god, the guitar game that was at PAX last year. Artful Escape. Can't wait.
Fee, can you put that in?
Finally got a release.
It's not working.
We finally got a release date for 12 minutes, which I'm really excited for.
Fun fact, I was supposed to play that yesterday and I totally forgot to get to my appointment.
Oh my god.
Man.
I just want to say, like, I think I would have been incredibly let down if I didn't watch or like get involved with any of the indie showcases. Like watching like Gorilla and watching Wholesome with you guys and just consuming a lot more indie content. Like I've always like leaned towards playing more indies than AAA games. Always, except for a game that I played for 5 years. We're not going to talk about that. But they went above and beyond what they needed to do. And I cannot thank just like all the indie devs and creators and people who've been showcasing them, because it's been absolutely phenomenal. And gonna be frank, for the bigger like companies that have just showcased a few games that have already been released and some of them looking like they're dated, you need to step it up because you're currently being overshadowed by people that you thought you were too good for.
Yep.
I'm just saying.
Agree.
And it really irritates me. And I just also going back to Frank saying like he's not usually like a indie fan. Like I remember talking to him about Loop Hero from Devolver earlier this year. He then ended up playing like 5 hours in one sitting, like his very first time. He's just like, I want to play this game, and it got obsessed. And
it's insane. That's still like right now as it stands. Even above Resident Evil 8, it's still my game of the year.
That was also a game I wanted to recommend to Crafty too, because that's something that she might like is Loop Hero. I haven't played it yet. I want to play it, but I trust Fee on this one because like she played it for so long.
Yeah.
And I need to jump into it because I have it, but
if I didn't have Mass Effect and Ratchet and Clank to finish right now, I'd be playing Loop Hero.
Yeah.
If you guys missed it because it came out around the same time as Loop Hero, another Devolver game, Olia. Very fucking good.
No, I didn't check it out.
It's a tight, short experience, but it's a action platformer. Has kind of God of War axe throwing mechanics a little bit with a harpoon. It's very good. It's spelled Olija. Olia.
Okay, 1 second. Is this on Steam?
Yes, Steam, PS4, I think.
Okay.
Okay, so it's my apologies. It's OLIJA.
And if you haven't played Chicory this weekend, please play Chicory. Chicory was the first game 601 Indie covered for as media like 4 years ago now, and it's finally released. Same composer as Celeste. That should be your in.
Yeah,
just fucking go. Just do it.
That's my end. I bought it last night, so I'll be playing it eventually.
Wait. That's the thing about E3. When you're covering video games, no time to play video games.
No.
Oh my god.
That's why I'm excited for Tuesday to be over, so I can finally play Ratchet and Chicory and Minutes of Island.
I guess the upside of that is when it does finally come, you have a whole slew of things.
Yeah.
Fair.
Also,
but
the game.
Counterpoint, I just found out I got a full-time job again, so I don't have plenty of time.
Congrats, dude.
Thank you.
Heck yes, man. Heck yes.
Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah.
Pre-quarantine job or pre-lockdown COVID job, I'm going back. Fuck
Literally the definition of back and better than ever.
Yeah.
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 Let's see.
E3 is weird.
E3
it's
is
very weird. It's been very
weird.
weird since COVID. Because 2019 is the last time me and Mario went, and it was just as hype as it usually is.
Yeah. It was pretty great.
Like, it was great. And I'm glad that we had the opportunity to go there before E3 imploded on itself.
Yeah.
yeah. We went the year that they doxed everybody, so that's great.
Oh yeah, that's right. They doxed everybody.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
So technically, it was only media, right? That was doxed.
Yeah, it was only media. So
it was only media.
Friends of the show Yes, they had some issues.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah.
I hope we'll see a return to form eventually, maybe in a few years.
I hope so. Yeah, it's going to take a bit to rebuild, I think, but
for sure.
So realistically, do we expect a Sony conference in a few weeks?
Yeah.
Or something from Sony?
Yeah, I think we're definitely going to see something before we get out of summer.
I'm going to say July, actually.
I'm going to say July also, because we got the Death Stranding tidbit.
Mhm.
I think there's a reason we didn't see anything from Forspoken or Final Fantasy 16 from the Sony, from Square.
Agreed.
Which is so weird.
Hey, I mean, those are Sony exclusives.
I mean, the other game is also Sony exclusive too, right? The Final Fantasy Origins game. I'm pretty sure that's an exclusive game as well.
I don't know.
Has anyone got that to work, by the way? I downloaded it.
I didn't try it. I mean, I didn't try downloading it.
Did you guys hear about this?
Kyle fucking tried like 6 times.
Yeah, I downloaded it twice. It's corrupted. It doesn't work. So
what you're saying is you were trying to fight chaos?
I'm trying to fight chaos. So chaos is fucking winning. Yeah, chaos is winning.
Mario.
Yes.
Oh, God.
Is it
my apologies. Are you the one streaming right now?
Yes.
I made a new overlay, so it
I
doesn't
tried to
show.
grab it in Discord, but it won't work. Could you throw it in Drive?
Did you grab the thumbnail or did you grab the whole picture?
I tried to go in and get the original image.
Oh, it's fine. I can upload it like that.
Yeah.
No problem. I just
Thank
thought that
you.
would be quicker for you to see, so I just threw it up there.
No, totally. How much longer do you guys want to go?
I mean, I'm down to
I'm
just
chilling.
chill.
Just chill. All right, cool.
I'm chilling.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that PlayStation has something in July, and at the same time, they don't need to do anything really.
Hey, we'll be right back.
Fair.
We'll grab my groceries.
I have a feeling that I'm still convinced that Horizon and Gorilla are waiting for Breath of the Wild 2.
To release it because they don't want to do that same thing that happened last time.
Exactly.
Yeah, they don't.
That's
want
why
that
I'm
same thing to
also
happen.
on the indie side. I'm terrified for Sable. Like if the Switch 2 and or Switch Pro, Super Switch, whatever, if that drops around September when Sable is coming out, because Sable is very Breath of the Wild. I'm terrified to get buried.
Anything, like 3 weeks after Breath of the Wild comes out is going to get cannibalized by Breath of the Wild.
Yeah. Like what's with those that
big
GameStop posters, those Zelda GameStop posters coming into stores? Oh, fucking let's go.
Yeah.
They're uploaded.
Thank you.
Welcome.
And I think one of our big predictions was that the Switch Pro is going to go with the new Zelda game whenever it comes out.
Yeah,
So
I think
either,
no matter what, that's happening.
Yeah, either Zelda is ready, but they're waiting for the Switch Pro to get ready, or the Switch Pro is ready, but the Zelda game is not ready yet.
Yeah. If we don't see it tomorrow, we're gonna see it at Game Awards, because usually I think Breath of the Wild was primarily, I think it was revealed at Game Awards, or like the gameplay. Game Awards is December.
Yeah.
I could see it. Because they said that it's not. They explicitly said that it's not going to be tomorrow, but I don't know how often they go like.
No, they haven't said anything about Zelda. That was
hard. So I think Justin means hardware, no hardware.
Oh, hardware.
We're talking about specifically Breath of the Wild.
Yeah. They haven't even acknowledged that the Switch Pro even exists.
Yeah, I mean everybody's just speculating still.
Yeah,
they have those patents. They have the specs.
Yeah, there's the
from like Samsung,
Bloomberg, and
Samsung
all that shit.
factories and stuff like that. Yeah,
I don't think there's been an official thing, but I think it's pretty easy to piece together at this point.
Yeah,
it's like gaming's like worst kept secret now at this point.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
No.
How long do you think till we see a? Because we're almost in a full year for the first consoles, right?
November.
November will be a full year. How long till we see like a PlayStation 5 Slim and like the
so
Xbox Slims?
There's not a Slim, but there are new PlayStation 5s in production now. Like with there's not gonna be a difference. It's just like to replace the chipset problem.
Yeah.
So they're replacing that piece to get more out.
Okay.
Other than working around the semiconductor shortage, I don't think we're going to see new hardware for a while because of that shortage. Because you got to think like we're having trouble seeing the ones we have now. Like
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's gonna be a pro situation in 3 years.
Yeah, I could see that. I could see that.
So we can start talking about 8K gaming or where the fuck we're gonna get to next.
I'm good with 1080p, man.
Yeah, I'm going 1440p. I've exclusively just made all my stuff 1440p. I could have gone 4K, but I just like fuck it. When you're this close to your screen, 4K just doesn't make sense.
When I'm downstairs on my couch on my 65-inch OLED,
there's
the difference.
There's the difference right there.
Yeah. But again, like I'd rather prioritize frame rate over everything else, personally. So like when it comes to games, like when I think it was like Miles Morales and stuff like that that came out for the PS5, I'd rather play that game in 1080p 60 FPS than 30 FPS and 4K.
Yeah. I've said this before.
Dude,
I'm super
ratchet
sensitive
with.
When you go 30 to 60, I'm super sensitive.
I'm gonna say this. Ratchet, in my opinion, the fidelity mode is the way to play it. Only because it feels like an actual animated movie, as opposed to then doing it in 60 frames per second, which feels like a game, you know? Yeah. So really, it's all part of your preference. Fidelity though looks fantastic.
Yeah. I will say fidelity
60 frames with ray tracing. Oh my god.
Yeah. Right, you're doing the performance RTX, right?
Whatever it is.
Performance, yeah. That looks really good. That looks insanely good. I swapped it over to fidelity at the beginning of the game with like the whole parade and stuff like that.
Yeah,
and it chugged hard. You can see like animation skipping and all that. And it was just like.
Though I do love this, all the crowd density is totally different between the modes. Where fidelity, the crowds are way fuller versus performance. It's just like missing people in the banisters.
Yeah, but it works pretty good. At least in the 5 hours of gameplay I have in Ratchet so far. I've exclusively stayed on the performance 60 FPS with ray tracing. Looks really good.
I have not touched it yet. I was just going off what Kelsey was playing a little bit, but I'm like trying to stay away from. Like, I'm quarantining myself from her, so I don't fucking see anything.
You know what you should stay away from?
Game. I pre-ordered those and I got rid of them. I was like, when am I ever gonna use headsets?
They're terrible. They're not great.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna do a review on PiP because everybody like I looked up reviews for this, right? And like every review site touts them as like the greatest thing since like sliced bread. Yeah. Except if you look at like. Okay, there's an obvious problem with the PS5's audio chip when it comes to 3D audio, and it muffles sound pretty damn badly. Everything kind of sounds like it's coming through like a Dixie cup almost. And then you turn off 3D audio and it works. But the problem is, why would you spend $100 on these headphones, which are 100% the 3D audio headphones that you would buy, if you're not going to use 3D audio? I don't know, but I will do a review on PiP, kind of going through all that.
Obviously with my back my background, I am like by trade audio engineer, so I'm hypersensitive to that kind of shit.
Dude, I gotta ask you questions, man, eventually, because like I need audio engineer in my life to kind of clarify some things.
Yeah. I mean, hot take, Hellblade sounds like shit. I hate Hellblade so much. I'm not a Hellblade fan. I really hope with Xbox funding they get their shit together a little bit
with the audio department. I remember playing
because they were touting that game. They were touting that game with like you must play on headphones, all that kind of stuff. Dude, the footstep foley is too fucking overwhelming, and it's just like a lot of the it's very like niche, like nitpicky kind of stuff. But like, oh my god, it fucking drove me insane.
Yeah, it might have been the headphones I was using at the time. It didn't sound too crazy, but now I'm running like HD 600s with like a DAC and amp now, and you notice like bad sounds easy now.
Oh yeah.
As someone who's like not super into audio, that game, I loved it. Hellblade actually like moved me.
I'm definitely in the minority that did not like that game.
I'm curious to see what they do with Microsoft money though.
I mean, yeah, I'm hopefully with Microsoft money, it qualms my issues.
Did we shout out the follow while I was gone?
I put it in the chat.
Oh. Thank you, Zappery Games. Thank you so much for the follow.
Oh my goodness, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
You guys are having discussions, so I didn't want to.
That's fine. Jeff Keighley is asking people, what do they rate the Capcom showcase from A to D? It's overwhelmingly D.
Well, I still think it's better than Ubisoft's.
Yeah.
Capcom's? Really?
Yeah.
No.
You're insane.
No, I can't. I can't go that far. I can't go that far.
Is pretty.
You're insane.
A lot of people.
Yeah,
I've heard a lot of people hating on Ubisoft. So I didn't think
it was not that bad. No,
it was pretty.
Okay.
Like a lot of like shit that we knew about, right? But like fucking Riders Republic still looks rad.
That looks
stoked
rad.
about the Far Cry stuff.
I think the only saving
Siege
grace is
stuff.
Riders Republic.
Don't forget about Siege. Siege looked good too.
Dude,
just
the
saying it
Extraction
looks
looked great. I think Extraction looks awesome.
Extraction was good. The only thing that like I have a criticism with the Extraction thing is that like
No can
here's
audio.
gameplay of us just explaining things that are within the game, and then here's us explaining operators that you probably already know at this point. Like, just show me straight up gameplay. Don't show me some like.
I mean, if you're looking for that, that's
shooting
gonna
guy on the floor.
I mean, if you're gonna look for that, then you got to go to a YouTuber for that kind of stuff, right? You're
Also,
always gonna get canned footage. When you come
Well, they used to do like half-ass gameplay, right? With like the weird
I hated
voiceover.
that. I'm so happy they didn't do that.
They can do the half-ass gameplay, but like don't do the voiceover. You know what I mean?
Also, I feel like
Still better than Gearboxes though.
Gearbox.
Oh, Razer's offering a mount for $99, guys.
Also, like I feel like it's easy to glaze over because we didn't get a lot of information on it. But like that Avatar game was out of left field. Like, granted,
Well,
we
the
don't
Avatar
know
game
anything.
we've knew about for a long time. It just finally got revealed.
Oh, I was unaware of it.
2016 they announced it, something like that.
Yeah, it was something like that. It was just
That was like me and Mario had a conversation for the who shall not be named about the Star Wars game, and we were like, is Avatar canceled now? Like, is Avatar fucking happening?
Yeah.
So like,
That's
yes, please
that's
get
like
Avatar
me-
out the window so we can get
That's
Star
like
Wars.
me and Beyond Good and Evil. It's like, is that thing just canceled at this point? Can we just call that vaporware now?
Yeah.
It's the new Elden Ring.
Yeah. Project Hazel.
Oh,
has
Elden
great-
Ring.
Elden Ring, let's go.
Yo, did you all see Nibel's tweet with
yeah.
the wrap up from this morning?
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
I am just looking at everything Elden Ring as much as I possibly can when it comes out. I will say everybody in PiP is very, very sick of it now because I've been talking. Because like, From Software is my favorite company.
Hell
They
yeah,
make my
Harv.
favorite games.
Let's fucking
go. And Bloodborne is my favorite game of all time.
Fuck yeah, Harv.
And yeah, dude, I
Yes.
I freaked the fuck out when this thing finally got a release date or like a trailer.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it was like 2 years of like pent up energy for this fucking game. Everybody coming
good.
into chat saying like it's vaporware, it's never gonna happen, and it fucking happened. It's coming out in January.
What blows my mind is that Bandai didn't save that for their presentation. Whatever the fuck the Bandai thing is.
You would have thought they would have put it the Bandai thing because they would have put some more eyes on that. But I didn't even hear anything at the Bandai Namco thing. Did that even happen?
I think it's tomorrow.
Yeah,
My
it's tomorrow.
dream
Is
for
it
the
like a
Bandai
week
thing.
dive?
My dream is that we see like leading up to the first boss or something.
Yeah,
Like actual gameplay.
Like gameplay of leading up to the first boss. Because like when the fuck are they gonna show that game again? You know?
Yeah. It comes
Like
out in
maybe
January.
opening night
I
live.
mean, yeah, Keeley could have it for ONL or like he'll have it for maybe Game Awards or something like that. Right before release.
God, I
I'm
can't
so hyped for Game
fucking wait.
Game Awards is gonna be sick.
I just want to. I watched every damn reaction I could to that trailer because it just made me so happy just seeing people happy. You know?
Yep.
Yeah,
God,
we
I
can
can't
no
wait. It
longer make
looks
fun
perfect.
of Harv anymore.
Oh, I'm
No.
still gonna make fun of Harv.
Harv, is that going to win
Yep.
E3 Game Awards? Where the fuck they're doing tomorrow?
Oh, dude,
Game of
I don't know
show?
what that is, but that's gonna be game of the show. 100% is gonna be game of the show. It's gotta be.
Oh,
That
it can't
game-
be. It can't be, right? Because it's not part of
can't be.
E3.
It's not part of either.
Oh,
I just did that to set you up.
But legit though, when you look at like what happened on the internet for when that game got revealed,
Oh, hold on. Yeah.
Nothing at E3 has done that yet.
You're not wrong.
Yeah.
You're honestly not wrong.
And all positives out of it too.
I'm putting the sound on this because I want to hear about this mask that I was debating on buying last year.
It's no point. There's
Please
no
buy
point in
this.
buying this damn mask anymore.
Please buy it so I can make fun of you.
Frank, I don't know if you understand. Going forward for the rest of my life, I'm going to just wear a cool ass mask outside. It's going to have air filter. I'm going to look like Wrench from Watch Dogs 2, okay?
I was just gonna say, eventually he's just gonna keep adding pieces to his face.
That's right.
He just become Wrench.
Yeah,
Y'all, I'm gonna hop off to say hi to my wife. Justin,
course.
do you want to turn your camera on so we don't fuck up the cameras?
Yeah.
I'll wait till Justin goes. Okay, now leave. Bye. Love you.
Bye, babe.
Bye.
Later.
Great having you. Oh, boy.
Yeah, if you haven't been vaccinated yet, I guess this is for you.
Cool.
Is this what
I
this
still wear
is?
mine, but
It's
At
a
this
face
point, I just
mask that looks futuristic and stupid, and I want it.
Yeah, very stupid.
Very stupid.
I think I would get arrested if I had that mask on. They'd be like, "What kind of shit are you trying to pull here?"
Well, it has fans and stuff in it.
What
so that you can
Batman
breathe
villain
a
are
little
you?
bit Easier.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has like fans and stuff like that that gives you like an intake, so you can actually breathe a little bit
No,
easier.
exactly.
Where's the bomb?
Where's the bomb?
Where's the bomb?
Yeah. Where's Rachel? Justin, what has been your favorite thing of E3 so far?
Oh, dude. To be honest, probably either Battlefield, Halo, or Replaced. Replaced seems crazy as hell.
Replace does look good.
I still don't know if that game's ever gonna come out.
Don't say that.
No,
I know. I want.
What, Replaced?
Yeah.
That's not the same game as the other game.
It's not the same game.
Totally
I hope
different
it's not
game.
the same game.
That's called Last
Okay.
Nights.
Yeah, people are saying like they changed the name for it. And they
Different game. No, it's totally different game.
Super apt. Replaced is super apt if they were to like
Yeah.
change the name.
Yeah. No, the Replace game looks fucking awesome. Though.
It does look
looks
awesome.
so good.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, the Halo, I like. So I played Halo as a kid, obviously.
Yeah.
But like Halo 3, when that whole like, what do you want to call it? Like that zeitgeist for online gaming hit, I was like prime preteen. So like me and all my friends jumped into that, and I have such fond memories with that. And like obviously when 343 put out 4 and 5, like it was good, but kind of lackluster. So like to see this come back in such a big way, and then have him like delay it, everybody kind of like have their doubts in the air, and then have him come out with a bang like this and see the multiplayer. It's just like, I'm ready. Let's go.
It's free and free multiplayer.
It's free progression, battle pass if you want to buy it. You can buy past battle pass if you missed out, which I think is genius because there are definitely been Fortnite battle passes where I'm like, oh, I wish I was a part of it. Like I wish I was a part of the Marvel one, so that way I could have grabbed everything from there. So I think
still
that's
have
genius.
I still have doubts that it's going to come out in holiday.
Yeah, the fact that it raises questions for me. Because like obviously they're not confident if they're not given a date, but also it's like I wonder how much pressure is on them on the back end to like it's the 20th anniversary, so like it's now or never kind of like they have to hit this right because then it's like.
Well, yeah, and at the very least, what I think me and Mike brought up when I was talking to him offline was just do the multiplayer. Just release the multiplayer this year. Get everyone.
I was going to say release a single player, then release a multiplayer later.
I think they're still working on the single player, and I think that's what's taking up the most time. Multiplayer looks already legit done for a while.
Multiplayer actually looks finished.
Yeah,
and they're like, how do we do this campaign now?
Yeah, figure out how they can do this Cortana nonsense that I keep hearing about.
I read a post that had a more reasonable explanation as to what's going on, and then I'm like, yeah, you know what? This is just nix it. Just fucking throw it out.
Just throw it out. Throw it out.
Just throw it out. Just reboot the shit.
Yeah,
I do agree with you though, Mario. I think a split release, like a split launch, could be beneficial.
You could double dip with that too, right? It's kind of good.
Well, it's free, right? The multiplayer is free anyway. So like, drop that. But like, oh my god, you finally have it on your Series X, Series S, PC.
Double
Game Cloud.
Double dip. I mean, as in like you can have another news cycle.
Yes,
right.
I agree.
Yeah, that's the big news cycle. Is not about like people spending money because obviously it's all on Game Pass and it's free.
Yeah,
it's more about like you're going to talk about Halo again. You can do it twice.
Yeah, absolutely.
We'll see. I mean, we'll see. We'll see later on in the year. I keep hearing November for this game. I don't think it's November. I think it's going to be December.
Sly, are you still here? Okay, I was just trying to see what their favorite thing has been.
No,
Curious to see how things pan out with Battlefields, like just being in the shooter space. The shooter space is going to be crowded this winter,
including all those indies I've seen. Jeez.
Yeah. I will say Battlefield still has its magic, at least with 4.
100%. I've been like, I touched. Oh, go ahead, Mario.
No, I was just gonna say that video, the Call of Duty gameplay, I think hit over 3 million views. So it's definitely doing so much better for them than they did in the previous years. Where not Call of Duty, Battlefield's video has hit over 3 million views. Where the last couple of years, whenever there's been like a trailer or something, it's been negative. So
well, it's because people want a modern Battlefield. We don't want the fucking Battlefield 1. We don't want Battlefield V. We want modern Battlefield so we can do crazy Battlefield shit like we did in Battlefield 4.
So
I thought it was I forget. Was it 1 that came before 5?
Yeah. It was like World War 1.
1 was cool. I liked the idea of that just because it was like, you don't really see World War 1 shooters a lot, or at least you didn't in 2016 at the time.
Mhm.
But like, I just feel like they stayed in that space for too long.
Yeah.
And to me personally, I never felt that the pacing of a battle in that era like matched the frenetic like energy of a Battlefield match.
Yeah, because it's chaotic. Battlefield, the modern Battlefield is so chaotic.
Yeah. I'm also curious to see how it just performs like business wise, because like Call of Duty is free. Warzone is free. And this is strictly multiplayer, $70. Like it's gonna be interesting to see if they can compete with that, let alone having Halo in that space as well, also being free.
Mm-hmm. I think they're going to come out if I could guess what Battlefield's probably doing, which is a very good chance they're not because again it's EA, but I feel like they're going to come out with a battle royale component sometime next year, and it's going to be free. It's going to have the same Call of Duty model. It's going to have its own battle pass, stuff like that.
I can see that.
The confusing thing for Battlefield right now for me is that it's a $70 game with 7 maps, a battle pass, and a free battle pass. And there's no kind of like idea of what those two entail. Like, is the free one going to be maps, or is the paid one going to be maps? Which one's going to have cosmetics in it? Which one's not going to have cosmetics in it? Stuff like that.
You're also riding the line of making things too convoluted, because at that point people are just going to be like, well, I'm going to go over here where things are a lot more like cut and dry and simpler and free.
Yeah. Yeah, we will see. I'm probably going to pick up Battlefield. Unfortunately, it's like I can't
unfortunately.
I can't miss out. I mean, it's a $70 game. Again, I'm still pissed that there's only 7 maps. I get they're huge maps. Don't get me wrong. It's just like there's no single player. There's no other things but the multiplayer, and they're charging $70 for only 7 maps. It's like it doesn't sit right with me. But I need to play more Battlefield. I miss that old Battlefield formula.
Yeah, I mean.
Oh wait.
What?
Don't.
Just
let me be. Just leave me be. I'm having a hard day, guys.
That's fine. That's
I don't know if that. I don't know if that was Square Enix.
Fuck off.
Showing off some Borderlands stuff on screen here. Is that Randy Pitchford?
Yeah. So this was the Gearbox presentation where they wouldn't show anything for the new movie.
It was so bad.
It's so bad.
Look how sweaty that man is.
Everyone in this whole video just seems like they have a gun to their back while they're talking to Randy.
Yes. Yeah. Listen, I'm sorry, but you have to talk to Randy. He's gonna pull a magic trick in front of you. Don't know why, but he's gonna do that.
He's gonna do some magic. Just don't interrupt him, please.
Oh, I forgot they were in that movie together. That totally makes sense why they're in this one. Okay. I don't know. What's the upper under on this movie? What do you think?
I'm curious about
it. If Randy Pitchford's involved, it's probably gonna suck.
Do we get a Bradley Cooper as Jack? He seems like to me he would be Jack.
How sweaty he is, dude. That man is just exuding the sweat.
I don't think I've seen him wear a different shirt. But on that note,
He doesn't own any other shirts.
On that note, I'm gonna get out of here.
Okay.
I will talk to you guys later. Nice to meet you, Justin. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you,
Nice to
Harv.
meet you, Justin.
And I will talk to you guys later.
I don't know. What do you think? We should close. Should we close this whole thing
I
down?
think we should wrap it up.
Yeah, you guys can wrap it up.
Yeah, we can wrap it up now. I'm gonna probably start streaming in like 2 hours.
Okay.
So that gives me some time to eat and stuff like that.
Okay, sounds good. So we're gonna wrap up our streaming right now. Thank you so much for joining us for Capcom. Us ripping on it. Us just ripping on E3 as a whole. It's been a blast. Where should we send people? Because sending them to David Chensky last night was not successful. So who's
you know what? I'm gonna find someone. Give me one.
Find someone.
Billy the Door.
Billy the Door, yes.
All right.
Billy the freaking Door.
Go ahead and send them away.
I'll do it.
Send the Billy the Door. 60 foot. Avatar isn't real. It's lost submarine somewhere. 65 on Rotten Tomatoes. Is that Avatar? Is that what you're talking about, Kale? Oh well. Thank you guys so much. Enjoy. Hang out with Billy the Door. Tell Kestrel 1A sent you. Take care.
Oh my gosh.
There you go.
Okay.